Alright, my wife wants me to build an entryway bench. This is our front door here, and then I have two things I have to deal with. This door can open, which leaves a space of about 40 inches from the door stop there to maybe, an inch and a half short of the frame of the door. But I also have a in-floor heat vent that I have to deal with, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And then up above it is going to be a coat rack, same length. So the bench is going to be about 40 inches by, I don't know, 14 to 16 inches wide. I guess we'll kind of determine that once I get an idea when we put it together, what it's going to look like. But this is where we're going to work from, or work off of, I should say, is this area right here. And then she wants it to be painted. So let me show you what I've got in mind here. All right, so after looking at some pictures online, Wayfair, Etsy, I don't remember which one, and I can't go back and find the picture, but this is kind of the design we settled on. Real simple, 4 inches thick. I'm going to make this 40 inches long, and like I said, 14 to 16 inches deep. And then underneath here, you'll see this is, I've got this pocketed out. Let me see if I can get that down here. I've got this whole thing pocketed out, but my thought is that I will just make a pocket for the legs, and this will be a slab, nice solid slab out of poplar for this bench. So it'll be kind of a hefty little piece. But then above it is going to be the coat rack, will be 4 by 40 by 3/4 or 7/8, and then a series of hooks on that, and then obviously painted the same color. So that is my my mission, I guess. Now on this side is where the floor vent is going to be. And my thought is to take and just notch this out, maybe halfway or so, the width of the vent by the thickness I need to clear it. So you won't really see it because it's in that back corner and it's on the inside. The outside will cover it, and I think it'll look all right. So that's what I'm going to end up doing here. So let me take you down to my shop and show you how I'm going to do this and get this thing rolling. This is how my project has started out. These 6/4, and it was not rough sawn, it was already run through a planer. It was 1.5 inches thick, but I wanted it to be consistent, so I ran it through my planer, and I'm right now I'm at 1.4 inches. But there's a couple pieces, or one piece in there for sure, that I've got to take out because it just didn't there was too much on the edge that didn't plane down. So I'm gonna take these now and edge joint them, and then I'll show you what I've got in mind for putting the seat part of this project together. All right, I've got them surfaced on 3 sides, and the jointed side is down. And right now, if I were to put these together, I've got, looks like about 19 and almost 19 and a half. So I'm going to take one out, and I these here, number 3. Yeah. You can see where this did not get planed down, so I'm losing some of that. That's not a big deal, it'll be underneath, but got to eliminate one anyway, so that's the one I'm going to take out. So 3 will be in the middle, and then I'll build out from there, because I have an odd number here. And 13 I have, and let's see what I have for dimension here. Yeah, that's just about 18 right on the nose. That might even be a little big. I think I may make it 16. That's a pretty hefty sized bench. That's what I had drawn up though, was 18. If I take one out, it takes me down to just over 16 and a half. Well, I'll get the boss down here and see what she thinks for this width. Well, I hate that when that happens. I milled up an extra board to get to 18, and now I'm taking it out plus 1. So we're going to go, this is going to be our width. 15 and a quarter or 15 about by the time we get done playing around with it. And then I've got to take 2 boards that are going to be just inside. Alright, this is going to require a little layout. I plan on cutting a recess in here for these legs. So these have to be put in deep enough to allow for that. And also be symmetrical. So I will locate these off a center line. I'm going to take these off of here, but that's the idea. That's, you can see that's why these are standing proud with a good 3/16. So once I take that kerf out of there, 1/8 inch kerf, and glue this back together, I'll have what I want. So yeah, next thing is to get these out of the way. And these are not in the order that they're going to go, by the way, but these are the ones I'm most interested in right now. These are cut 1 inch long. Yeah, just a hair over 1 inch long. But center line is a center line. As long as I take equal amounts off of both ends, I'll be good. So I'll get my ruler out here, establish center, and then figure out how far I want those legs to come in from the end. So what I intend to do is drill my through hole all the way down, then install my T-nut and glue it back together. I'm going to drill down past halfway. before I split this board, I want to drill my hole all the way through so that they both register the same when I glue this thing back up. Unfortunately, when I take this to my drill press, this is too tall and I don't have enough room for a drill bit to make that cut or make that hole. So lucky for me, I have this alternative with my Dowel Max. I set it up. This body measures 3.5 inches, so 1 3/4 is center. My line is 4 inches from the end, each end. So 2 1/4 plus 1 3/4 is 4 inches. I set it up, butt my jig up to that, and then I can drill my hole. The good news is, with the right kind of shims, I get this almost perfectly centered on this board, but it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, it just has to be consistent. So I'll drill both holes from the same side, do the same thing on the other board. I should mark my reference side. Let's see. Yeah, this would be my reference side. So I'll put a check mark here. Then I'll do the same with the other one to make sure I get them oriented so that the two holes end up being hopefully parallel to each other, in line. So I don't know how far I can get through. I'm probably not going to be able to get as deep as I want with this bit. Yeah, I can only probably get about 1.5 inches. I'd like to get probably double that. So what I'll do is drill through, make my cut, and then drill again. And I should have enough hole there to line it back up. So yeah, it's kind of shifted to the reference face a little bit, but that's okay, like I said, as long as they're consistent. So I'm going to move down and do the other one down here. Before I make that cut, I made a mark for the depth that I was drilling. Then I can take this and figure out where I want to make that cut. So my depth ended up being, maybe a little on that, about 2 3/8 of an inch. So yeah, that's past the halfway point. These are 4 inches, so yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I'll make my cut about 1.5 inches. I'll give room for the bolt to run past. I'll install the T-nut in this direction so that the flange is at the base of the top piece. Then there's room for the bolt to run past the threads. Okay. We have plenty of room. With a bit of tension release in those cuts. You can see here I've got a little bit of a rock now, but that's, I'm not going to worry about it. These will go right back together. And now you can see here's my through hole. Here's my hole. Yeah, I got a good 1/2 inch, I think. That, that's why. Yeah, I got a good 1/2 inch, 0.54. So this is going in this way. Now I've got to widen that hole and make a countersink. And I will do this on the drill press. I'll set that up.